When people think of devastating fires in American history, the Great Chicago Fire often springs to mind. Yet, on the same day, another inferno was tearing through Wisconsin, leaving a death toll that eclipsed Chicago's by fivefold. This is the largely forgotten tale of the Peshtigo Fire, the deadliest wildfire in recorded history, which burned over 1 million acres and claimed the lives of 2,500 people. On October 8, 1871, while Chicago's skyline was ablaze, the town of Peshtigo, Wisconsin, was facing its own apocalyptic nightmare. With a population of around 1,700, Peshtigo was a burgeoning lumber town. Little did its residents know that the slash-and-burn techniques used for clearing land would contribute to a catastrophe of unimaginable proportions. The summer of 1871 had been unusually dry, turning the forests into a tinderbox. On that fateful day, a cold front swept in, bringing powerful winds that turned small, controlled fires into a raging firestorm. Imagine flames over 200 degrees Fahrenheit, driven by winds exceeding 110 miles per hour. Eyewitnesses described the scene as a nuclear explosion of nature. Reverend Peter Pernin, an eyewitness, recounted how people sought refuge in the Peshtigo River. Many drowned or succumbed to hypothermia in the frigid waters. Some families made heartbreaking decisions to escape the flames. In one grim account, a father chose to end his children's lives to spare them from the agony of burning alive. The exact number of lives lost remains debated due to the complete destruction of local records. Estimates range from 1,200 to 2,500. The aftermath saw mass graves in Peshtigo and surrounding areas, with one holding over 350 unidentified victims. The 1873 report to the Wisconsin legislature listed 1,182 names of dead or missing residents. Considering Peshtigo's pre-fire population of 1,749, the tragedy's scale is staggering. On the same day, fires also ravaged parts of Michigan, including Holland, Manistee, and Port Huron. Some speculated these simultaneous blazes were sparked by fragments of Biela's comet. The hypothesis, though intriguing, lacks scientific backing. Most experts believe the fires were simply the result of existing small blazes fueled by strong winds. In the fire's wake, Peshtigo was left in ruins, with a $5 million loss in property and resources, equivalent to $127 million today. The economic impact was devastating, with 2 million trees and countless animals lost. William Butler Ogden, a politician and lumber company owner, spearheaded the town's rebuilding, but many businesses never reopened, including the crucial woodenware factory. Today, the Peshtigo Fire Museum stands as a poignant reminder of this forgotten disaster. The museum, located just west of US Highway 41, houses artifacts, personal accounts, and a cemetery for the fire's victims. Additionally, the National Shrine of Our Lady of Good Help in Champion commemorates the miracle where Sister Adele Bryce and others survived by seeking shelter and praying during the fire. The Peshtigo firestorm's conditions, wind, topography, and ignition sources created what is now known as the Peshtigo paradigm. This phenomenon was studied by military strategists during World War II to understand how to create firestorms in bombing campaigns against cities. Despite the tragedy, the Peshtigo fire prompted little change in land management practices. In the ensuing decades, Wisconsin experienced numerous large fires, with industrial logging and careless land clearing continuing unabated. As the years pass, the Peshtigo Fire remains an underappreciated chapter in America's history. Its lessons about the dangers of unchecked land management and the human cost of industrial progress are more relevant than ever. Next time you hear about the Great Chicago Fire, remember the forgotten flames that ravaged Peshtigo and the countless lives that were lost in its inferno.